Hello.
Joined by my good friend Ro Goodwin. Ro, that's the most pre-active introduction we've had yet. Thank you so much for that.
It's all off camera, I
so,
take it.
yeah. No. That was totally on camera. You were streamed live dancing around on your couch. Thank you so much for that. That started in good style.
I thought it was before the show started. I didn't
No, you
think.
were in that little window down in the bottom left-hand corner. Everybody. Anyway, we encourage that behaviour amongst everybody that is watching, and we thank everybody for joining us as well. It's nice to have you along for another Monday night medicine show here on iMTV with Ro Goodwin, who's a well kent face around the Highlands. Many people will remember him from Love Ancients.
And
And
and Control Machine,
yeah,
Control
yeah,
Machine,
yeah,
latterly.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's on
yeah,
Bandcamp.
which is your kind of Rage Against the Machine
Yeah,
type thing, isn't
exactly. Very true.
it? Which you've been doing for me. I do thank you.
Many times, you've cut out, but I think it's been a love-hate relationship with um, sharing truth.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you
And actually,
love doing it because you're sharing the truth, and at the same time, if people aren't ready to hear the truth, then I've lost a few friends. But
uh,
that's personality clashes and all that. But the people who are listening, they're my greatest friends, and I
and
listen
you,
to them. Obviously, there's a two-way
yeah,
thing going on there.
yeah. We're all coming to it from a different angle, eh? Well, obviously are because we've all got different. And we'll get into this in more depth as well. I want to remember that we're going to be talking about the music in your album, which is the
Oh,
way that things happen between the two of us. We go off
yeah,
on
that as well.
different tangents. Yeah, we'll talk about the music as well. It's all tied in. It's all part of the trying to get the message out, the
Yeah,
enlightenment. So I want to talk about universal law. Talk about the new album. I think we should play something from the album so people know
you my guest.
what is going on. So we have got folks watching, and it's nice to see a good spread across the all the channels. We're broadcasting to 20 channels, but hey, the majority of people are listening on the Highland session and open mic page, which is something that you're no stranger to. I have to say, you've played a great many of those sessions and open mics over the years. So we'll get back to that as well. Let's pull something from the art. Is it an EP or an album?
It's a
Ten.
12-track album, and it's only
Yeah,
on Bandcamp.
yeah.
Ro J Goodwin bandcamp.com, and it's 12 tracks.
Hi. Yeah.
And one of the tracks is called 555, and I thought, uh, albums look like they should be 9 or 10. I'll go for 555. So it's on the it's being sold at €5.55 because of the 555 track. Yeah.
Splendid. Okay, we'll have more information than that, and I'll flash it up on the screen for people to go and find themselves as well. Thanks for joining us, Ro. It's nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a good while.
It's a great pleasure, and it's lovely to see you too.
Right, that didn't work. You know why that didn't work? Because I switched everything off and then had to switch it back on again. Right, I'm going to start again. Ro.
Another year wiser. Ah,
Feeling free, feeling free, feeling free. Feeling free, feeling free, feeling free. Feeling free, feeling free, feeling free.
well, Rob, what didn't
Excellent.
Martin do a great job on the production?
So it's
Martin
Martin Stevenson at
Stevenson.
at the heart of this again. Okay, well this is great because Martin's playing in Inverness, and we can plug that. He's playing there on Saturday. And where you did you go over to Martin's little studio to get it done? Or
Yeah,
was
it
it
was all
done?
done 2 years ago, Rob.
Yeah, yeah,
And what with one thing and another, the
yeah.
we'll get to that.
There were some obstacles 2 or 3 years
There
ago.
were.
That's for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
it's funny that, yeah.
It's strange as it would seem.
Mm.
So I do apologise. I was to everybody that's watching. Thanks for coming along, guys. It's great to have you. Usually there's a chat frame, but the chat frame doesn't seem to be working tonight, which is a shame, but it's
Nope.
not going to hold us back. Uh, Unfortunately, we can't ask for questions from the float afterwards. So that if you have, please do ping us
If
either here
anybody's
or
got any questions for me, they can
yeah.
head over to my timeline on Facebook.
And I'm going to put that up. There you are. Facebook, Ro J Goodwin, and that is on Facebook. So you
And
can follow up
if
with Ro a
even
bit
if I
later
don't
on as well.
answer it in the show, I can answer it at
Yeah,
some point to that
yeah.
person
Okay, so what we're going to do, Ro,
or man and woman.
I'm curious if you are feeling free because you were
Oh,
saying
aye.
in the song.
Yes, freedom is a frame of mind, and many people the world over feel free in their mind, but they're like tied almost 24
Yeah,
hours a day to the what we call the system. The society that we're in is maniacal, and if I'm just gonna talk straight because I've done enough
yeah.
pussyfooting
It's me and you.
around,
Nobody else. Yeah, it's me and you. I'd want it that way. Tell me.
yeah, we're sort of chained to this society. People feel free. Oh yeah, I can do anything I like. But when it boils down to it, can they really say that if you liked, you didn't need to go to work? Hmm. Well, you're not free then if you can't do whatever you want to, when you want to, with whom you want to. So we are slaves in an open cage with no bars.
Yeah, I was just. It's not. I don't believe in coincidence. We've had this conversation in the past as well, but it feels more providential. But I was just. From my side of things, I was just invited onto a podcast by my good friend Carrington McDuffie, and her podcast is all about freedom and different aspects of how to break those chains, wage slavery, money, economy, and she came to me as I suppose an example because I live in a van, and I don't. What you just said, I don't have to do any of that. I'm very pleased
That's
to
right.
say, and that kind of happened. Maybe what you just said is enlightening, but it was because I had a mindset to free myself from that way of doing things, and because music isn't like that anyway, it's a different time structure. It built itself around me because I had that mindset. So how do you set about getting yourself free?
Um, hey, we're really going into the deep end. I'm really a very fun-loving, animated character. The people who know
Yeah,
me know that to be me, but there's a
yeah,
deeply serious side to me about
yeah,
care and really relationships and the health of the planet and
yeah,
ourselves. You know, I've been into natural health for many years, and now that is like spreading out into the world. I am a deep thinker, and I think quite often about how we can have everybody fulfilled.
yeah,
Whatever they want to do, that's fulfilled. Now, if 8 billion people fulfilled their dreams, there would be at this stage in man's history, there would be too many speedboats around.
so
There'd
define
be too
speed.
many speedboats, and too
Yeah,
many mansions.
yeah,
When 8 billion people come together, it's not just a case of yeah, we can all have Rolls Royces now. Not that we wanted them, but the
yeah,
potential for it. But that is a result of the absolutely dark, the dark-souled culture that we've grown up in, dangling that carrot that only a tiny percentage of people are going to attain in their
yeah,
lifetimes. And it's right in front of us. And we think, oh, yeah, if we just work another little bit harder, I'll get that Ferrari and that and that and this and that and that stuff that ends up in landfill. So when we 8 billion people come together, you know, we're going to have a chat and we're going to say, maybe we shouldn't all have Ferraris.
Is it down to expectation management?
Uh, that's what the
Tell me.
society is being built around is expectations of,
Yeah,
oh yeah, I expect this from my life and this and this.
yeah.
And when we fall far short, which is
Which
built into the plan,
it,
when we fall short of that, we get all depressed, and then we're sold depression tablets.
yes,
It's
yes,
I could go on and on and on, but
yeah,
I won't
yeah.
bore.
Well, the two of us are on the same page as far as that is concerned, and I do admire your work on natural health as well. I've got a lot of tips over the years on how to manage your own health from a holistic point of view.
That was my first one. That was my first subject that I really got my teeth into. And from that, in 1998, I read, or I was given a book called Censored for Curing Cancer, would you believe,
Yeah.
by a Dr. Max Gerson. And that is what got me into, maybe what about other areas, what other industries are being, there's cover-ups.
Yeah.
And so it just led me down many avenues of getting more and
You
more
can't mess with
truth
the profit
about
stream,
the behind the scenes of, you know, of the world.
Yeah, yeah. Well, universal law. Quick introduction to it, or will I play this video? It was a very interesting video.
I would play that first, and then let's see if there's any questions that arise from that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah,
I'll
after
try
that
and
we
think of
can
some.
go into more detail, perhaps.
And we've got a good audience. Thanks everybody for being with us. A lot of people on my page, which is lovely. Highland Session Open Mic is still leading the way, and some on the Moose page as well. So you are with me, Rob Ellen, here in the Moose, and iMTV, and Ro Goodwin is in Cuba because he's dressed.
We'll get to that.
better not say that for true. I'll come back to you as well, because people are missing you. You're not in the Highlands, so we'll discover where Ro actually is.
Oh, it's not me, really. It's not me.
But let's have a look at this universal law. A little bit of video which will explain a lot of why we feel so constricted and chained up in the world.
Exactly.
Well, it did for me anyway. Let's
Yeah.
I've got to switch it on.
It's a jolly tune that goes through it.
There we go.
Loves you and wants to keep you safe and well. He even wants to make paying taxes. How? Well, you'll need him for straw man. He was born you were. He looks like you. Has the same name and lives in your house, but you never knew he existed. You even paid his parking tickets or taxes. The worst part? He's been dead from day one. From every birth certificate, a legal personality or legal fiction is the same name to confuse you into thinking it's you. So there is a human and a paper you, or as it's commonly known, a straw. So when it seems like government officials, court clerks, or the police are speaking English, they aren't. They're speaking legalese, designed to make you agree to verbal and written contracts without even knowing about it. All Black's Law Dictionary. For example, when the police say, "Do you understand?" you'll say, "Yes." What they are really saying is, "Do you stand under authority?" So Daisy, you just created a verbal contract with them. Oh, you clever government. Did you know that whenever you register something, you are handing over title to the person you register it with? That's right. Whenever you register something with the government, they assume it belongs to them. Radar? Super! Now you are the registered keep of your vehicle, and the government can crush it when you don't pay your, straw man's taxes. Expecting a new bundle of joy? Well then you need to register your little darling with a birth certificate to process all over again. And create a new straw man for your little... Isn't that great? So when Junior grows up, he'll be able to generate revenue just like you have. When you notify on your baby by signing the birth certificate, your child becomes a ward of state. The government doesn't like what you're doing. They'll assume it's okay to take the child away or make new rules for things they don't like. Not enough school? Smacking your child? Shout loudly? and it's off to social services for the little one. When you get a bill, it's sent to you but belongs to your straw man, not you. That's why bills, fines, and summons start with Mr., Mrs., or Ms. Sometimes you'll see your surname in capitals, just like on a gravestone. That's because your straw man is dead and just a silly piece of paper, created before you could comprehend or even consent to it. When you go to court, you represent your straw man, so you, the human, take on any costs, fees, taxes, and fines involved for the straw man. The human you doesn't even need to pay them, but you made a contract by appearing on behalf of personality. The government knew you would. Confused? Well, don't worry. The government doesn't want you to know anyway. If you knew, you're paying things like council tax and tickets. Because when you go to court, you are representing your straw man. You, alive and made of flesh and blood. Your straw man, or legal personality, is a piece of paper, created birth certificate. And you think it's you. What a silly Billy. More? Well, then go over to TPUC. Get up, get informed, and get real.
Okay, we're talking to Ro Goodwin, not to his straw man. To be
I had my mic on mute.
not going away. Wait a minute. Okay, thanks again.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah,
getting
you
a bit
said
trendy this
you're.
end. Ro, just a public service announcement, just this end. It feels like I might lose the internet in a bit, but I'll come back as quickly as I possibly can if we do use it. But you'll still be online, so feel free to say whatever you would like to say while I'm away. But I want to ask you a question regarding the straw man policy. Very interesting, and it's just something that you would neglect to even think about because it's all red tape and you're all tied up in it from the onset anyway. What's the practical use of that information? It's in a paragraph, if at all
The
possible.
use of that information, if it comes to it, we won't have experienced the instances where it will become vital for your survival.
Right.
That is a bit cryptic, but there may be, because I'm not going to say what is going to happen in the future, but there may be events that really that might cause you harm if in the hands of the authorities. But if you know this information, you know what to say, you know how to be your presence of being sovereign. There's nobody above you. So you can speak to that police officer in a calm, orderly, friendly manner with no antagonist, no aggression. You're speaking to him as a fellow being, fellow man. And so if you address that man, not the officer, but the man who is named Bertrand Russell, God, Bertrand Russell, if that's his name, you address him as Bertrand Russell.
Yeah.
It's the first name that came
They don't like to give you their names, don't they?
No, they don't. And that's probably the reason that if you know their name, you can hold them personally accountable for any infraction against your good name, health,
And
and
your own personal
well-being.
being. Yeah. So, right, let's see, playing devil's advocate, perhaps. Is it a passport to not doing your civil duties, or having an out clause to your civil duties?
What you're talking about? Tax,
Well,
civil duty of paying your tax.
yeah. Tax
Well,
and other things. Parking tickets. I mean, you could
you've
use
got to
this
take
not to
that
pay a
one.
parking ticket.
To parking tickets, right? If you're not holding anyone, you're not harming their property or their person, their being,
Yeah,
and you've not broken any contracts, verbal or written,
yeah.
and you're
But
parking, not
but
obstructing
yeah,
any doorway or throughway. If you're not obstructing the road in any way, it's on the road, it's not blocking anything, and you get a parking ticket, then that's easy to get rid of.
yeah.
That was the first thing that was the first win that I had.
Is that right? Did you come up again? Did you lock horns over a parking ticket?
I didn't need to lock horns. I just sent his bosses a letter,
Yeah.
and they said, "Oh, insufficient evidence was the letter, the return,
All right. Okay.
and didn't have to pay
So
it."
they backed off.
Yeah. And then,
Right.
yes, right. So anyway,
So okay. The point of signing a contract, that's the main thing, isn't it? Of the whole thing. As soon as you agree that there is a problem, you have a problem. Is that right?
if you have it depends. If you've got a problem with somebody else, then you just speak to that person, that man or woman. You don't call people persons anymore. They're not.
Yeah.
That's a legal term, person,
Yeah.
and it slips in from time to time. But person is a legal term for your straw man, your dead entity, your corporation, your account
Yeah.
number. But I am not that account number. That piece of paper is Robert Goodwin in
Yeah.
block capitals. And so if you have some um, goings on with somebody else, what was the question? If you have an issue with somebody else, or
Yeah. So
that somebody else has an issue with you, you don't have to go to court because you can you can talk man to man or man letter to man. So that's all that needs to happen. At a very, very uh, worst scenario, it goes to court. But you're prepared. You'll know what to say. And I've got 3 websites for you,
yeah.
because it saves me a heck of a lot of talking, doesn't it? The Sovereign Project
Yeah.
.live, www.thesovereignproject.live.
Put that in the chat frame, and I'll put up.
Okay. The others, The Sovereign's Way,
Yeah.
and the other one, In Power Movement.
Which chat
Copy.
frame are you using? The one
Um,
or the?
well, I was just going to put it in the private one on this
Yeah. That's what I do.
thing.
Makes it easier for me if you could.
There it
Okay, we're
is.
talking to Ro Goodwin. He is. I'm going to flash these up. You've got your guitar there as well. Let me play another track from the album
Yes.
while we're
Might not be a good reception from me, but if I played
it's
live.
not great, but let me just find the album again.
Excuse me, I need to get some water.
All right, okay. Right, thanks for being with us, guys. Thanks for joining in. It's just a pity tonight of all nights there isn't a chat frame. I'm going to have another look to see if it's come back to us, because I'm sure there'll be people interested in asking questions in real time. No, the chat frame isn't there. So what I'm going to do is flash this up on the screen, I hope. Yeah, it's all there. Chat frame, there would have been an active link, so this would be more difficult to memorize all of that. But please do contact either me or Ro after the show, and we'll disseminate the information to you at will. It's all
Happy to help anyone. Happy to spend hours chatting, either video or typing.
Yeah. And the album, is this the music, is it completely I mean, I know your life is influenced completely by these ideas and a search for freedom as well. So as far as the album's concerned, what would be the best song to highlight that on the album?
I would say 21st Century Melody. It's a ballad. It's kind of it's a love song, but it's got reptiles in it. Yeah, you'll hear it. If you want to put track number 2, it is.
I got that. Let's do it. And we'll be coming straight back and chatting with Ro in just a minute. But we have lost the live feed, so that isn't. Right. Excuse me, Ro. Talk
Okay.
amongst yourself. Just for a minute.
Oh, am I? I'm still live though, am I? Oh, I'm still there. Oh, right.
The engine to get
No pressure. Do I sing a song? This is number. Oh, it's on the album. It's called Forevermore. What's the first words? Couldn't see where I wanted to go. Couldn't feel my pillow. Now the dark skies have turned blue and clear. All I want is for you to be here. I want to stretch out my life with you. Somehow I always knew you give me everything and more. You show me what my heart beats for. You and me forevermore. You and me forevermore. Whatever the future has in store, it's you and me forevermore. We come so far and we got through. So much more we can do, finding new things to discover. Growing together, we believe in each other. You and me forevermore. You and me forevermore. Whatever the future has in store, it's you and me forevermore. And if I ever lose my way, I'll find you in my you and me forevermore. You and me forevermore. Whatever the future has in store, it's you and me forever. You and me forevermore. You and me forevermore. Whatever the future has in store, it's you and me forevermore. That was the 4-inch version.
That's perfect. Thanks for filling in. Normal service will be resumed as soon as possible. Regular viewers of iMTV will know that this is pretty much the normal service. I do apologise. I don't think we'll be able to play much from the album. That seems to be a step too far.
Okay.
The way that things are. But thanks for filling in. Thanks for being with us, guys. As I say, I'm really sorry there isn't a chat frame this evening, because it would have been great to get some feedback on all these subjects as well.
Oh.
But no.
We can do it again. I mean, this is the first seed, if you like. If people haven't come across this subject before, there's a lot to take on in the first few weeks, even. So if they go into more research themselves, then we can grow a snowball, Rob.
Yeah. Well, I'm certainly going to get into it. I seem to be getting called in direction anyway, and why wouldn't you want to know what?
But at the same time, can I just interject? Because you've got the people who research, and that's what I did. And then there's people who just hold light, and their vibration is enough to affect other people. Think, oh yeah, I'd like to be like her. And so these people did the groundwork to enable these people to really blossom. These people who don't want to go into the rabbit holes, they don't need to, because we are doing it. So there's two distinct camps here in the truth movement. And oh, right. Okay. Well, I don't think I need to say any more on that subject.
Well, it's
at that
grand.
point.
It's been grand speaking to you, and it always is grand to speak to you. I think you're right. I think we should reconvene this, take some questions from the floor, reconvene this at another time. There's been an audience with us all the way through, so we'll thank everybody for being with us on that. I'm going to wish you all the very best for the album. It's available on Bandcamp. Let's put that up again. So I'm sure that any album sales there will help you justify all the work that you put in and pay for it.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. One thing that I was going to say, now this might sound really way out there.
Yeah.
But just say, right? This is way out there, but I'm in theory, this is a hypothetical situation. I put myself down, put forward for the president of the world.
Yeah. You put your name
and
forward.
my team, right? My team are from tribes all over the world.
Yeah.
And they're from, all industries, science, but not one of them in my team, and me included, would be paid. And every day, our doings are under the scrutiny of the world. And everybody daily would be able to vote on if we were doing the right thing for the planet.
Yeah.
And the human race.
Yeah. So would that be an ongoing vote? I mean, it's ludicrous in this day and age that our freedom, supposed freedom, comes down to putting a cross in a box every 5 years.
you do that. That is just the biggest con ever.
We have one moment.
It was the biggest con ever.
And we're expected to use it to put a cross in the box. It's just ludicrous.
It's mind-blowingly so controlled that it's laughable that these paid people in government are getting voted for. When you think about it, they are not going to do anything in the interests of the planet and human health and mankind's health or anything on the planet, because they're getting paid by the corporations behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and they're just lining their own pockets. Now, people who are not paid,
Yeah.
who do it passionately for the love, because they're full of love,
Yeah.
then they're the ones to vote for, not the paid
And
ones.
you vote for them by paying them attention and transferring energy between each other.
Yes, that's the light people, the people holding
Yeah.
light. They are the ones that we should be focusing on, because they are the ones that have a vision for, of wholeness, of love. Not anything specific, though. This is the thing,
Yeah.
because it's 8 billion people. Once they get into a different mindset, then they are able to then influence whatever this vision is of the future, whatever that it's going to metamorphosize
Yeah.
into something else. And in 50 years' time, in 2074, whatever, 20 years' time, 50 years, yeah, 74, 2074, we'll be looking back on 2023 and we'll be saying, what the heck were they doing back then in 2023? You've got your sepia colored photographs
Yeah. Yeah.
of
Yeah. Yeah.
2023,
Yeah.
sepia,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they've come out of an envelope and they've been
Yeah.
put, and you've got it out of a metal box, and it was out of the the bottommost drawer of your wardrobe, and that was 2023.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you'll think, for goodness sake, what were they thinking back then?
Yeah.
In 2074, we're looking forward to 2074. This is 2073 now,
Yeah.
and we're looking forward to Hogmanay 2074. It's coming up,
So
and we're
I mean,
thinking, yeah,
I'm with you, brother. Anything's got to be better than what we're being sold at the moment. Anyway, from
yeah,
without a doubt.
uh,
Uh,
absolutely,
okay, so and the curious mind is going to say, what evidence is there of it going in that direction? So, is there anything that you would particularly point to that is working on a light transference or a loving transference level, which that would indicate to even the most skeptical that it's something worth adhering to, or at least paying some attention to?
yeah. So we're there's people, there's a growing number of people really that are latching on to recognizing the light and love within themselves and purely focusing on that. And whatever arises in the day-to-day goings on is um is it it changes. It has for me. I'm only speaking from experience.
Yeah.
So once you focus on love more and more
Yeah.
and more, and maybe there's a day that you've,
Yeah.
you know, the shit has hit the fan. I'm trying not to swear,
No,
you know, uh,
company.
that means that's bliss, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a little dip in your bliss that day, but the next day you get back up and you carry on, and your bliss is your eternal state. And once you know that bliss, and you can tap into Dr. High, it's the title track of my album.
Yeah.
It's there in your mind. So if you have that paradigm of, yes, I am bliss all the time, and this is taking me away, whatever it is taking me away from my bliss. Tomorrow I will have it back, or in a minute's time I'm going to have it back, because I am in charge of my own thoughts. I'm in charge of my brain and my mind. That is our permanent state. And so anything that takes you away has been implanted, and you've allowed it to implant itself into your brain
Agreed.
and to mean something.
Yeah.
If it was just a feather, that's it, gone. You don't give it another thought. If you could do that with all the really aggravating things of the day, and not let it go in and in and in into all your cells in your body, then I think all our lives would be a lot nicer, don't you
I
think?
do think, and I live in the hope, and I do my very best to emanate that, and to accentuate it in everything that I do. Hopefully that is the case. Music helps, and thank you for your music this evening as well. In fact, music is the one thing that brings all that together, and it's our one hope. It's a universal language.
Yes.
And it, and this is something I was talking to Carrington about. It's all down to vibration as well. Everything is a vibration. Everything in this world is a vibration. Music connects the universe through vibrations as well. That getting too metaphysical about it as well. But it's a metaphysical life. It's a metaphysical world, Ro, eh? I think that's part of what you're saying is tapping into that.
I think you can get the whole universe in there. What we call the universe
Yeah,
could fit into my mug.
yeah,
And hear me out. It's not pie in the sky stuff.
yeah,
If you look under an electron microscope at the smallest particle
yeah,
of this cup,
yeah.
it's
as big
not
as
there.
the universe.
There's nothing there.
Yeah,
So we are all vibration. We're all energy.
yeah,
And the energy that you put out there,
that,
it keeps going.
yeah,
The sound waves carry
yeah,
your energy.
yeah,
You're actually, you can't see. You're actually further out. Your sphere of influence is 2 yards. 2 yards. Your energy is going that. So you're in a mall and
yeah,
you're passing people. The energy that you're feeling is being emitted to your people that are passing you by. And that is how, like, these transcendental meditators in Aberdeen, they did an
Oh,
experiment,
I didn't hear
and
about this.
well, yeah, they meditated, no, 2,000 of them or something like that, and the crime rate went down.
I'm going to Aberdeen. If you've got any names,
Nice.
I'll go and see them. We'll talk some
My
more.
son, one of my sons.
Yeah, well, tell me more. I'll go and investigate that. I'd like to investigate that a bit more. I'm heading down there for Christmas. We're going to
Yeah.
have the Lorelei on iMTV, which will be the next setup show. I also, I'll get the, if you go to my Facebook page, that conversation I had with Carrington about the Seeds of Freedom podcast
Fantastic.
she did a really good job. She's got one or two in just free thinkers coming up on that podcast as well, so it's quite an honour to be involved in it. It's on my page just now if anybody wants to have a look at that.
Yeah.
So,
There's no coincidence, as you said, Rob, that lady,
yeah,
she we're on the same Carrington
yeah, Carrington McDuff.
McDuffie. Yeah, she's somebody to listen into. Oh
Yeah.
God, what's that? Oh, that's on her page. Could you hear that?
No,
No,
I don't think so.
it's just on my. No.
Sounds great
Yeah,
stuff all through, man.
she's if people want to know more about what we're on about today in this program, go over to Carrington McDuffie because she's got some good stuff. I mean, there are so many people
Brilliant,
now,
good work.
and that
I,
tide is rising. You know, we are
yeah,
we are
yeah.
riding the wave of change, and it's only just started. But I mean, it started in the Renaissance way back, and then in the 60s,
Yeah, yeah.
and
The
then it went
writing
off the
period,
boil. So
the
we're
50s.
carrying the baton for those
Yeah,
people. We're now handing the baton's being handed over to us, and we're now the penetration is rising like we're on a roll and that we've won already, because there's nothing going to stop this wave of positivity and change, the need, the want, the absolute necessity for change on this planet. And so
yeah.
that wave is going to grow and grow and grow.
They're going to struggle. I agree. They're going to struggle to hold this. There is a revolution going on. I said that with Carrington as well. I feel that
Yeah,
it's been going on for a while. I agree with you, and all of that. It's not going to be an armed revolt because they've got all the weapons and they've got all the resources at the moment
yeah,
on their side. But what we have that they don't have, because basically the world's been organized to accentuate psychopaths. It's been easier for psychopaths to rise up through the the meritocracy to be in charge of everything.
yeah.
So what what we're doing, I would like to think, is just say there's a bit better way of doing it. There's a more loving way of organising ourselves
Yeah,
and being
yeah,
with ourselves. Don't, less and less. Everybody's getting to the opinion that it's less and less looking at other people to do things. We've got to organise stuff for ourselves.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Fits our own way of looking at.
Absolutely. And it's not hard. I don't think it's going to be easy. The transition to our new earth. It's a term that I came up with, our new earth, not the new earth, but our new earth. And that our O new N earth EONE. We're all
Yeah,
one in our new earth. And those people have those visions, those sights of a utopia. There's some people who don't like the word utopia. It 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 it, it grates it grind. What the hell's the term? I don't know, but it goes against the grain with me that
yeah,
they don't like the word utopia, because that's never going to happen. But if you don't actually paint that painting of utopia, you're
yeah,
not
yeah.
going to achieve anything like it. That's the thing. We have, you know,
The
um,
difficulties there are. The internet's coming and going a little bit, and we'll have to pull it to an end,
yeah, no
pull
problem.
it to a close
Yeah,
before it all comes down.
can I just
But
say,
while you're on
there's,
that subject,
yeah,
let me just explain from my point of view what gets me around, and I think it ties in with what you're saying. I envisage, I, I, I'll 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 do a poster. Like, I decided that it would be nice to go to San Francisco, uh, and I was in Findhorn Bay, so I made a poster, Findhorn Francisco Bay, put it up on the internet, and which is basically me saying to the universe, I'd like to go to San Francisco. I'm sure there'll be some great music there. It turned out there was, and there was great music all the way across America. Getting there, and my support structure, which is basically everybody, gives a flying about Rob Ellen and what I do as far as music is concerned. All the musicians that I work with, everybody pulled together, to allow me to get to go and do that, and it would only have happened. It wouldn't have happened if I didn't say, well, I wanted to do it. So if everybody had that mind frame, it's like, no, I want to do that. I don't want to do this. I want to do that.
Yeah. There's a great quote that I love. It's two men sat behind prison bars. One saw mud, the other saw stars. And it's like that with changing the world. If we don't hold this, you know, star-like future in our minds,
I do apologize, everybody.
we must be losing the signal.
Yeah, I lost the signal a little.
Ah,
Say
shit.
that signal, then we'll have to say goodnight to.
Two men sat behind prison bars. One saw mud, the other saw stars. And that's how we got to see the future, as something starry like. Did you get that? Oh, never mind. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Well, it has been a pleasure. It's lovely to speak to you. It's lovely to see you. And congratulations on the album. It's a right good listen. I do advise everybody to go and have a listen to the album. Please do follow up with any questions, either to me or Ro. We'll get you in a messenger chat frame. We'll have a bit of fun with it over the next couple of weeks. And I promise to have stronger internet the next time we see you, and we'll try and have another conversation like this. Universal law conversation with
Oh,
Ro
definitely.
Goodwin. Let's do that. Okay, take care of yourself, man. It's important work you're doing. It's lovely to see you, and thanks for all the music. Thanks everybody for listening and viewing. Catch up with Medicine Show at medicinemusic.me. There, I'll post this up there as well if you want people to hear Ro had to say this evening. It will be archived on all the pages that we're broadcasting to wherever you're listening as well. You can save that or you can share that around as well. Thanks, Ro.
Thank you, Rob. It's been a pleasure. Share the love.
Right here. Yeah, one love.